Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
Hello and welcome to TCG Buzz. My name is Bryce and I'm joined by Jacob. Wait. No!
It's all right. You did the wrong formula, but you still got the right answer.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys.
It's our first Dragon Ball discussion of the new year, and we're going to be discussing the state of Dragon Ball Super in 2020. Before we get into it, though, we have a Discord server, and we've got an entire chat for Dragon Ball Super, and it's mostly just Bryce posting memes there because not enough people are there to talk with us. And
It's all right. I post the memes to fill the dead void on the inside.
So please fix that. We did a few weeks ago do an episode, you and I talking about Dragon Ball Super and rulings for the game, specifically. And that got mixed reception. Some people were like, yeah, you're totally right? And other people are like, well, I don't agree with you, but you guys seem to, I like hearing your guys' opinions, right? And your set looks pretty cool. And then... So, hopefully the crowd is a little more patient with us today.
It's all right. They only live on Twitter anyways.
Because last time we just talked about how rulings didn't necessarily... They weren't necessarily bad. They were just unintuitive. Today, there's definitely going to be some actual criticism for the game.
Yeah.
But also some real good positives. So please bear with the entire episode. We're going to get into it. So, the state of Dragon Ball Super in 2020. Is it good or bad?
It's fantastic.
All right. End episode.
Roll credits.
It's funny because we went through 2017 being pretty good. And then 2018.
And then this happened. You know what that is? That was a design mistake in Magic that they, for some reason, did again for a Commander set. Why?
2018 was a very, very bad year for the game. Very bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2019 was mixed, let's say.
It definitely was a step in the right direction, and they did a lot of things to be like, we made some mistakes, we're going to patch things up. Things are not, as they were in Set 2, but... To be fair, the way the card game is out now, we'll never get back to those days. Yeah. Everything is cheat everything in the play and do the thing, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of things you're cheating in the play now don't necessarily break the game, unless your name is Baby. And then it's just like a lot of just don't do this and don't do that kind of stuff, which is nice. It's a nice change of pace, so that way we live past turn 4 for once.
So what happened... would you say that was most positive for the game in 2019?
Control can actually function as a deck now.
Wow. I'm not used to that in my card games.
Yeah, like Magic's like the only other card game that Control works, so.
Especially looking at just the past couple of sets. I feel there's been a very good variety in play styles. Like, not just generic, this is control, this is aggro, this is... I find decks do these things in pretty interesting ways.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I think we've gotten some much wanted characters. 2020 is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
A couple requests from me for 2020. Request number 1. Stop the Broly support.
And it's so weird because, like... We only got him in support for, like, set 1, and then he just disappeared for 4 sets, and then he came back in 5, which was kind of cool, but then 6, that Broly movie came out, so, like, whatever, makes sense, it's a little annoying, and then set 7 came around, I'm like, okay, I appreciate it, guys, but could you calm down? My wallet can't handle this. Please help.
You're a huge Broly fan, and you
yes.
generally agree with me on that, right? Broly is almost as represented as Goku.
Yes. It's just how, like, cool and unique his transformation is and how his appearance and powers and whatnot are. especially considering you can create a barrier out of your own key. But that's a discussion for another day. Otherwise, I'll be here for another, 3 hours
Welcome back to Broly Talk with Bryce, where he talks about Broly and nothing else.
I'm sorry, you will refer to me as Broly. And this is Broly.
I think certain characters are definitely a little overused. I mean, obviously, there's no point in complaining about that with, like, Goku, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be 1,000 bazillion different Gokus. That's just how things work. But it's weird that other characters, like Broly, are so overrepresented. When you think about other characters that are, well-liked or, as or almost as important to the series, they're not as represented. I feel like the most recent set did a good job at bringing, balancing it a little. We saw Beerus back. We saw some Bulma stuff.
Speaking of, he's getting retrained into the new set coming out next month.
Yay.
Oh, excuse me, 2 months.
So that's request number 1. Please stop with the Broly. Request number 2, bring back some other characters we haven't seen in a while.
Which, Cell making his grand entrance once again after 7 sets.
It's really funny.
Like,
Give me some meta cooler.
right, exactly. Which he's getting a Reebie.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah. Which is nice that they're doing that with this new set. Speaking of, though, what are your thoughts on the Surge mechanic?
Mixed.
Right, because
I'm a little scared.
Me too. Especially the Piccolo. That terrifies me.
Can you tell the people what the Piccolo do?
So
you blow into it and it.
The front side is that every turn you get to opt whether you want to draw that card or tuck it to the bottom. Every turn while you're on the front side at the start of your turn before anything happens.
That's very good.
Yes. And then I believe his is what is it? Draw 3, untap 1? Something like that. Which is but it's far better than untap 3, draw 1, which would be just broken. Because untapping energy, if you guys haven't figured out, is the most busted mechanic of all time.
Really? Is that why they printed multiple hate cards for it? You don't say.
Yeah, you don't say. But his backside, there's only one skill I care about that terrifies me, is the fact that you can, twice, unless you could tuck more cards underneath it somehow, which there is no known way, thank God, that you can choose one of your blue-greens in your graveyard, put it to your energy untapped.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
So not only do you get to ramp, but then that also gives you access to the 21 Bad Omen backdoor plan.
Man,
like
everyone gonna be playing some Asu. That's another one that was brought back, who hadn't been around for a while. Since, set 3?
That deck still, the blue-yellow one, has a lot of issues.
Yeah, but it's still neat.
Right. It's neat, but as much as support as they want to print it, the deck also has a fundamental problem of what do you cut out.
Next request from me. I want more original Dragon Ball. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but Dragon Ball is my favorite Dragon Ball series. I love original Dragon Ball. I want more representation for it.
Yeah, because Z was cool until, towards the middle of the Android saga, then things got weird.
Well, even then, the movies are still cool.
Right. The plot, you watch Dragon Ball Z for the action. You don't watch it for the actual plot.
Broly Second Coming's is Broly Second Coming worse or Bio Broly?
Bio Broly. Because at least Gohan got to be the main character.
That's cool, but
also
Second Coming, it's so boring. We're getting off topic.
At least it's actually a Broly.
You're not wrong. What do you want them to do mechanically that they haven't explored yet?
Honestly, I'd like them to explore a mechanic that deals with the whole life aspect. If against certain things, mind you, if this was hit out of your life and your opponent attacked you 2 or more times this turn, end the turn or whatever kind of thing. Yeah, basically, what was it? Dual Masters with shield breaks?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah, that would be cool. But only have that trigger if they're hit out of your life.
See, you're learning about all the good games now. You're like, I've only ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. I'm like, I have some Dual Masters, friend.
It's been 3,000 years. This is the Pokemon meme. But, yeah, like, Duel Masters, ironically, had a lot of good concepts that, unfortunately, the game never just took off.
Well, here.
Right.
In Japan, it's still going.
But, I mean, America, you just play Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh's for the weebs, and then Magic's for the people who actually want to earn money.
One thing I'd like to see, and I know this is really stupid, but that's the type of person I am. I want a card with multiple forms as a leader. So you flip it when you awaken it, but then you can awaken it again by flipping another card on top of it.
Bro,
and then you can flip that.
Bro, you missed out on a specialty that is exclusive to UFS. His name is Taisei, and he's got 8 other heads in the deck he wants to talk you with. He could theoretically mitigate about 40 damage.
Clearly what we need in this game is we need an extra deck with Xyz monsters. And
I like to overlay
pendulum
my
scales.
2 Broly's into Super Broly. The second combo.
And then we'll get rid of the pendulum scales and put them into the life area, and then
Jacob, you've gone mad with power. But
one thing I know it's not a good idea for a mechanic, especially in this game, but I really want a deck that focuses on restoring life, giving yourself more.
I don't want that.
Make it bad. I'm okay with it being bad, to be clear, but I want it to exist. It's just weird it doesn't.
Right.
You know?
Just don't give it to blue, whatever you do.
Yeah, let's make it yellow.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. Let's make it a yellow deck. Oh, let's make it... What are their names? What are their names?
What, the meta cooler?
No.
The universe?
Bardock movie.
Oh my god.
The Vegeta... The planet Vegeta inhabitants.
Oh, the Saiyans.
Yeah, they're like the Proto Saiyans.
Oh,
right.
Hooray, we're Saiyans!
Make it them.
Just
that's
make
all they
it
do.
All
They
the Kermit
heal.
knockoffs.
Yeah.
The horrible fusion of Teletubbies and Kermit.
I just gave you guys at Bandai a terrible idea for a deck. Please do it.
Don't listen to what Jacob has to say. You've got mad with power.
I'd also like more dedicated decks for fan favorite characters. Like, we've gotten cards before for some of the pretty important characters, but you know, as far as I know, we haven't gotten leaders for some of them. Do we have a Tenshin Han leader?
Not yet.
Why
Japan
not?
doesn't like him enough to put him as a leader.
Why not? I don't care. I want it. Do we have a Krillin leader yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, to be fair, he got to grab the girl at the end, so you know,
Oh yeah, that's fair.
at least he's got some pointers.
I want a Master Roshi leader.
See, this is probably why the fact that Tien Shinhan has never had a leader, because he never actually took home someone significant with him in his life outside of
All right,
Chaozu.
here's my idea for a Tenshin Han leader. Okay? You flip him, and then you just add tokens that are extra awakened copies. So he's only got like 5k power, but you get 5 leaders. It's genius. Print it.
But speaking of new mechanics, how excited are you for the new mechanics, or do you want to run down through that quick?
Go ahead.
All right, so
The people at home might need to know.
yeah, so the first
Probably not,
one,
but-
green, yellow, it's pretty generic keyword. It's a successor, so like every other cheat in the play keyword. It's a little different, but Zamasu Deity's Wrath was a prelude to this, but they made it an actual keyword now, so you can pay the successor cost in cracking your battle cards, equal to the creature's total CMC and place them in the drop to play it.
Are you saying they're ripping off Chrono Clash?
What I'm saying is they're taking some notes from Yu-Gi-Oh! And not using
No, that's
conversation
straight
in their
up Chrono
version
Clash.
summon.
That's exactly how Chrono Clash's extra deck works, is by killing creatures on your board with CMCs equal to what you're playing.
Yeah, and thank God it's equal CMC and not over, so things don't get messy.
Oh.
Like, it has to be exactsies.
Well, that's kind of lame. I want to go way over. I want to have like a 4-cost card in my hand to do it with, and kill like here's a 10.
Well,
here's a
first of all-
boo, a 10-drop boo, and another 10-drop boo.
Well, first of all,
and
these
then-
creatures have to already be on your board. Second of all, you need the successor card in your hand.
Yes, I'll do it.
So, prevent a lot of just problems. But with all the rival cards, that's still a problem. So you may have to be careful with that there, Bandai. Just giving you a heads up. But that is Green-Yellow's gimmick that they're being given.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on that? I personally think it's pretty boring. And they could have probably skipped on it.
Honestly, yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like every other mechanic, like Arrival, yay, more things I cheat in the play. Thank God only one of them has double strike, though. Well, actually 2, but he's an ultimate, so that doesn't count.
What we need, Bryce, in this game, and we're going to have to explain it after I tell it to you, but I want your raw reaction to it. In this game, what we need is an Enigma Virus.
Yes, I would kill for that.
Enigma Virus is a card from another card game we play, Buddy Fight. It's like our favorite game. Well, it was. Now it's kind of crap. But it's
Thanks
a card
a lot,
that
Bushy.
prevents the opponent from playing
Cards
battle
by
cards
effects.
by effect.
So you
That
could
would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Make it reasonable, so make it 2 costed.
It's free, and it enters the field as a counter play.
If anything, make it an
and
extra card.
It draws you 5 cards, and it untaps all your energy, and it's exclusive to blue.
Oh, what if I told you it also had quadruple strike and also has critical, but also can't nullify its attack?
I think we need a new extra card that says you slap it down, and it says if your opponent is not playing blue, they lose the game.
Blue privilege. But
Okay.
speaking of blue privilege, the blue-red keyword is Invoker, and this one actually terrifies me because they could absolutely just do this wrong and ruin the game again.
Explain.
So instead of paying the full cost for specifically your blue-red extra cards, you can tap a blue-red energy to pay the full cost for it.
It's
Yep.
kind of interesting,
Gotta be careful with that,
but
though.
you do have to be real careful.
Yeah, because like the starter deck already gets a board wipe with it that you can pay a red to bring it back as long as your lead is Universe 7, but who cares? That's what you're going to be playing with it anyways, because it's the only way that it's good. But there's the power combination from, a couple sets back with their Marvelous Collection, which was that for 2 mana, you got to spin back one of their size 5 or less back to their hand, and then it was something else, but I forget what else it did. But point is, the problem is gone at instant speed. So they'll be like, I like to combo, blah, 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 play that. Well, no. Stop.
Do you think the game's going to live another year?
I certainly hope so, because I enjoyed it a lot.
I certainly think it will.
Yeah. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. Like,
it is, it is a...
Like, if you would have told me this was like Dragonborn or some card game that didn't have, basically
Right.
nostalgia, like, that's the 90% of the, like, whole success for this game. It's just, oh, I recognize that character. I grew up with him. And
How to
blah,
make
blah,
a
blah, blah.
successful card game. Buy the rights to a very popular franchise. Make a Magic the Gathering clone. Step 3,
Oh my God.
question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4,
Profit. But yeah, I'm actually terrified of that invoke keyword. Like, successor, whatever, I'm used to it. It's just a garbage keyword in my opinion. But it's just, invoke is the one that terrifies me because cheating costs has always led to bad things.
Yes.
Look at Storm with Sensu Beans before all the untap hate came around. And then you got to sit across from your opponent.
That was not okay.
In a tournament. And this happened on finals, mind you, that they were about to be booted out of the tournament. And here's Storm player, not even finished with game 1, still going off. He attacked him already like 8 times. He's gone through like a couple of Weeze's coercions. And mind you, his opponent went first. And he did this all on his second turn.
Great.
So with his opponent with 2 energy, basically got to get railed watching his opponent just play his deck out for him.
So,
no skill intense whatsoever.
one thing I'd like to see from the game in the next year is more interesting ideas from Bandai for promotional cards. Mm-hmm. You know, I think they've kind of settled into a routine with how they do promos and stuff. And IMO, it's pretty boring. You know?
There's some promos that don't make sense. Like, I understand, yes, you're buying a Dragon Ball game, but why make that the only way to get that card? Or, tournament pack cards. Like, why make that the only way to get those cards? Why not just reprint them later on in their own specialty set?
Well, yeah, reprints of promo cards, I think, are a important thing.
Right.
But I'm saying...
The anniversary box did that only for a couple of them, but...
I'm saying, in general, promos are really boring for the game, and there's nothing special about them. Like, if you said someone who didn't know anything about the game and just took a small stack of bulk cards and then shuffled a couple promos in and said, pick out the promos, they wouldn't be able to.
See, I would be able to tell you this without getting laughed at, because if you didn't already know, I'm biased towards Broly, but... in the game, I love Broly's mechanics, how they all involve being in control. Just killing things, keeping the board clear, and whatever. But then people look at me, you just because you like Broly. Well, that's part of it, but that's not the point. And then, people miss out on that stuff,
What are your realistic predictions for sets that aren't announced yet?
The surge mechanic, they gotta also tread very carefully, because the second they print an untap 3, untap 4 leader, everyone's gonna flock to it.
Yep.
Because untapping more than one energy has always led to issues.
And it's good colors for that, honestly. It really is.
Yeah. Like, blue-green, only untapping 1, drawing 3, fine. I understand.
Yikes.
Like, that, especially the leader being blue-green itself, and getting access to all the best stall tactic cards ever, and you're also in that same set getting a preemptive strike, basically a essence scatter, but it gets to untap 1 too. That thing's insane. And that's the thing that held preemptive strike back, was that it only nuked 4 or less, but there was no reason to play it, because you're just denial of hope, because it just hits everything, because literally everything in the game, no matter its size, is usually 20k or less. And Red may be a little bit pushed in that regard, but it's just, at least Red got some love, but I feel like that's Red's crutch right now, is you just have the best removal.
I think we are going to see more interesting stuff hopefully come out from Black, because, we got the Hachiok deck recently, which is pretty unique.
Speaking of, I was right. I said it. It was going to be a good deck.
Oh, yeah.
And then, literally 3 weeks in a row, nobody played Hachiok. Everybody was on the baby train, and all the buyouts happened.
We were totally yo, Hachiok's... he's just a...
And then, week 4, 8 Hachiok players.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
In our 10-man tournament?
Yep. Hachiok's nuts. He really, really is, and it's funny because immediately I'm like, that's the deck I like.
Yes.
Minute 1, I'm like, because originally
what if I told you locking down multiple attackers is really good?
Yeah, really.
Also, it hits 7 or less. That's a lot of cards.
That's most of the cards in the game.
Except for secret. But that's fine.
But they're one-ofs.
Right.
Gotcha.
Got him.
I really hope we do see more interesting mechanics like that. One thing I definitely like to see are leaders that have built-in restrictions for your deck building.
That's part of the reason why I enjoy Expert 21 and Janemba Mill, because they already have, you cannot do this.
Right.
Period.
And I find that forces players to get a lot more creative with their deck building. Mm-hmm. And I generally approve of that. Obviously, you don't want every leader to be like that.
Right.
But keep them coming and make them different. Mm-hmm. Make one that says you can only have even CMC cards in your deck. Good.
Right. Yes. Got him. Can still play my cursed skirt, because that's an 8-drop.
Uh-oh.
Got him. Now, if you said oddball, ooh, that's a rough patch.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you want to see?
Honestly, okay, Bandai. I appreciate you giving me Broly support and giving Dalton U6 support, but why in Dende's name is it for the tournament pack of set 9? Why? Why couldn't it just be its own expansion set? Why? Because Piccolo and Crapku got his own expansion set? Is that why?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to just give us Tournament of Power Part 2, where it's just more support
I believe
for all the
100% that's coming
universes.
in. 100% I believe that.
Because, all these other universe decks with really narrow usage from 2 years ago, they kind of need some new stuff, don't they?
Right. And a lot of the secret rares tend to be like Dragon Ball Heroes villains too, because, you want to keep your secrets creative. But, at some point we're just going to be like, okay, where's my Dragon Ball Heroes set? Why can't I play SS4 Broly? Or why can't I play Zeno Boo that becomes Deborah Zeno Boo? Or like Zeno Janemba becomes Super Zeno Janemba, Like, because those characters are really cool, honestly. I mean, outside of just being pure action porn. But besides the point, that's Dragon Ball, though. At this point, after Dragon Ball and the first 2 seasons of Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Straight action.
How do you feel the game's been doing with its tournament support and competitive scene?
Honestly, the tournament support could be better because we've had a bad string of poopy promo cards until recently, which this set, you want to get the 18, because it rival bounce a thing and it comes back to your hand, and that's cool. And that's really cool. And as much as I like the Tournament 9, promos, because they're better than the poopy ones of set 7, those ones are real bad. It's just, those should have felt like they should have been their own product and not the tournament pack cards, because then even though I like Broly, well then maybe someone's sick of getting Broly cards, Why not give them the option to, hey, have these instead of like, well, I guess no one pulled it this week. Right. It's, and the messed up thing is there's leaders in the tournament packs now.
Ooh.
That leads to problems.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't. That don't make me feel too good.
Nope.
No.
Me neither.
Ooh. I don't even know what to say about that. That sounds pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe if they were like just slightly altered versions of previously.
Like if
used
they were
leaders,
altered
but-
art ones, that would be cool.
Oh, I'd be down.
Right.
Right.
But they're new leaders. So why couldn't they just be part of the set?
Clearly, the big thing in card games is to cross over with things, right? We've had Magic the Gathering with My Little Pony. We've had Force of Will with Valkyria Chronicles. We've had Buddy Fight with everything. Card Fight Vanguard and Token Rambu. It's Dragon Ball's turn. Might I submit to the committee?
One Piece.
No.
Naruto wouldn't be a bad.
No. Dragon Quest.
Stop.
It's
I'm
more
sick of
Toriyama.
tired of looking at the 5 skins of Gohan every time I open up Smash. Because that's all the hero is just Gohan reskin 5 times. I don't know if you've seen that meme, but it's good. It's just Gohan wearing Hero Quest Heroes headband.
Hero Quest Heroes.
Hero Quest Heroes, the second coming, featuring your 5 Gohan colors.
I have no words anymore.
You're
I'm
just
gonna be
so
perfectly
fundamentally broken now.
honest. Yeah. That broke me.
Yeah. I gotta show you that meme at some point. It's gonna be great.
What is your number one request for Dragon Ball Super in 2020?
My request is that put 3-drop cell back to 4. It's about time. There's plenty of counterplays to stop him. And before you say, well, I don't want to play around that. Well, you had to play around counterplay, so what's the difference?
All right. we'll compromise here. You get it back at 4, but they're going to print a black card that's 0 cost that says when your opponent tries to call the specific name of the 3-drop cell, right? Counterplay this card from your hand, and you get to draw 27,849 cards.
Well, I mean, they have a card similar to that, and his name is Mercenary Tau, that whenever you discard a card, your opponent warps 3 from their hand.
Yikes.
And that was after the 3-drop went to 1.
Yikes.
That card got printed. And then we wondered why we had so many problems
Yikes.
with this game.
All right, any final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to 2019.
That was last year.
There's a week left.
No, this video is going well out after that.
I'm
Good
a time
job,
traveler.
mate.
You never know.
Oh,
I watched
God.
my fair share bit of Doctor Who. Unfortunately, I don't have 3 hearts to keep the brain going. So.
All right, well, with that, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment. You know all the YouTube-y stuff. Also, check out our Discord or Instagram. You can support us on Patreon or buying stuff in our shop. And let us know what Dragon Ball topics you want to see in the future. We love covering Dragon Ball, but I want to know what you want us to cover with Dragon Ball. And say goodbye, Bryce.
Goodbye, my friends. I'll see you when Cell goes back to 4.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.